Welcome to the second lecture of the course Design of Transmission System. So today topic of discussion is multi-plate clutch. So in the previous lecture we have discussed the points. I will revise very fast. The definition of clutch, then types of clutches. We discussed the single plate clutch, multi-plate clutch, cone clutch, centrifugal clutch, and the detailed design procedure and parameter which is to be uh, kept in mind while designing the single plate clutch. So this much we discussed in the lecture 1. So now we will see the learning objectives of today lecture. So today you will come across with the design of the multi-plate clutch, then the difference between single plate and multi-plate clutch, and the difference between wet and dry clutch, then the summary, then the question for practice. So in the previous video you have seen the working and construction of multi-plate clutch. So multi-plate clutch consists of more than one clutch plates, opposite to the single plate clutch which consists of only one plate. So naturally the friction surfaces are more in multi-plate clutch. So due to increased number of friction surfaces, the multi-plate clutch have the capacity to transmit more torque. So the application of this multi-plate clutch you will see in variety of form in the cars, trucks, locomotives, engines and machines. So in these uh, vehicles you will find the multi-plate clutch. If you have observed during the service of your car or even scooter, then if you observe the clutch, then that is a multi-plate clutch. So this is a diagram for representing the multi-plate clutch driving shaft. So in the next slide I will show you more clear diagram. So the construction of a multi-plate clutch is like that. This is a it consists of two type of disc A and disc B. Disc A is made up of hardened steel and whereas disc B is made of bronze. Disc A is connected to the driven shaft. Disc A is connected to the driven shaft using the splines, and disc B is connected by 4 bolts through holes. So disc A is easily moved in the axial direction of the force. So bolts in disc B, bolts are rigidly fixed to a rotating drum key to the driving shaft. Axial force required are provided by means of spring or lever. So here you can see the exploded view of this multi-plate clutch. So here disc B, this is disc B. Alternatively, they are arranged. Then disc A, then again disc B, then again disc A, then disc B. So here you will observe that the disc which are in the extreme point in the starting or in the end having only one contact surface, having one matching surface with the disc A and disc B. But if you see here, the disc A having two contact surface between disk B and disk B. So disk A having the two contacted, disk B and disk B. This one, disk A. Similarly here, disk A. The disk B also having the two contact, here disk A and disk B. So this to be noted here, the extreme disk having only one pair of contact, not two pair of contact. So here the torque transmitting equation is very similar to the single plate clutch, only the difference we multiplied by the n. So n is the number of disk, n is the number of disk. So that much torque, more torque will be transmitted by the multi-plate clutch. Other things remain same. You have already seen this part in the single plate clutch. Same thing. This is under wear theory, for uniform wear theory, n into 1 by 2. So only the difference between a single plate and multi-plate clutch is to the number of plates you have to multiply. So for single plate clutch, normally both sides of the plate are effective for single plate. So therefore single plate clutch has two pair of contacting surface maximum, n is equal to 2. So this is already covered in actual practice. Usually the theory of uniform wear is used in the design of the clutch. In case of new clutch, we assume the pressure is uniform along the surface of the clutch, but in case of old clutch, uniform theory is more correct. So until unless it is not given in the problem, you consider the uniform wear theory. So in multi-plate clutch, you will design the number of disc rather than number of pair of contacting surfaces. So when you design the multi-plate clutch, what you have to determine? You have to determine the number of disc rather than number of pair of contacting surface. Two outside discs have contacting surfaces on one side only. So this you have noticed in the previous slide. Now you understand this figure, handwritten figure. So this is same from the construction. This is a line diagram of the multi-plate clutch. So this multi-plate clutch consists of set A and set B. Then set A consists of 3 discs and set B consists of 2 discs. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 is the contact surfaces, pair of contact surface, 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 and 4. So the number of friction surfaces, if we want to calculate in multi-plate clutch, or number of pair of contacting surfaces, that can be determined using this empirical formula, n1 plus n2 minus 1. So n1 is the number of discs, you may take this 3, plus n2 the number of discs on set B is 2. So 3 plus 2 minus 1, that is equal to how much? 4. So that's why the answer is 4 pair of contacting surfaces. So this is one thing. Then the number of driving disc, which is mounted on the driving shaft. So that is n1. n1 is equal to n divided by 2. So n value is how much? N is 4. N is value 4. So 4 by 2. 4 by 2. That is means 2. So 2 discs. So set B. These discs are mounted on the driving shaft. Then number of driven disc. The number of driven disc. N by 2 plus 1. So n is how much? That is 4. So 4 by 2 is 2. 2 plus 1, 3. So 3 discs required, that is set A, and these three discs are mounted on the driven shaft. So we want to uh, we want to transmit the torque from these two discs which is mounted on the driving shaft to these three discs which is mounted on the driven shaft. So in this way we can calculate the number of pair of contact, number of driving disc, number of driven disc, then number of disc total n plus 4. Just from this you can make n plus 1. So the number of disc will be n, contacting surfaces plus 1. So this way, in this main thing is to determine the number of disc required for transmitting the desired torque from disc A to disc B. Now we will see the difference between single plate and multi-plate clutch. So based on these parameters, we will see we will note the difference. The contacting surfaces. Based on the contact surfaces, the single plate clutch having maximum of 2 pair of contact and multi-plate having more than 2 pair. So because it having more than 2 pair, so the torque transmitting capacity is more of the multi-plate clutch in comparison to the single plate clutch. So if we compare the single plate and multi-plate torque transmitting capacity, so the lesser value in the single plate. So more decreases with the cooling coil because the heat is generated. Heat generation is less in single plate because it occupies larger space in comparison to multi-plate. So because of the larger space and only one pair or maximum 2 pair in contact, so here the less heat is generated because of the friction. In multi-plate clutch, the more heat is generated. So more heat is generated here. So there is a chances of burning out the clutch. So we have to use some coolant for cooling the plate disc. So the cooling oil is required in the multi-plate clutch, but at the same time the problem is that because of the cooling uh, oil, the torque transmitting capacity reduces. So this multi-plate clutch is also known as wet clutches. So here the heat generation is less because only one pair or two pair, so no need of cooling coil in this single plate clutch. Now the space requirement. Based on space requirement, the single plate clutch require more space. So this single plate uh, clutch is more suitable where we have a large radial distance, so in the application of truck and cars, we can use this single plate clutch. Where the small radial uh, distance, then we should go for this multi-plate clutch. So the multi-plate clutch require the less space. Less space, multi-plate clutch can be accommodated. So for the same torque transmitting capacity, for the same torque transmitting capacity, the multi-plate clutch can use rather than the single plate clutch if the space is restricted. If the space is there is a restriction of the space. So the single plate clutch is also known as the dry clutch because no cooling oil is required, and multi-plate clutch uh, required cooling, so it is known as wet clutch. So this is a dry clutch, this is a wet clutch. So both having its own importance based on the different parameter. The most important parameter is the space requirement. Based on the available space, you will select whether I should use the single plate or multi-plate clutch. So the cooling oil is required to carry out the heat generated because of the friction. So now we will see the difference between wet and dry clutch. These are the parameters on which we will see the difference in these two clutches. The coefficient of friction is less in wet clutch in comparison to the dry clutch. The dry clutch having more coefficient of friction because no lubrication. Here, because of lubrication, the less coefficient of friction. The torque transmitting capacity of wet clutch is less in comparison to dry clutch for the same dimensions. Both the clutches, wet and dry, having same dimension. In that case, if you investigate, then torque transmitting capacity of wet clutch is less and dry clutch is high. Moisture contamination problem. So this problem is mainly in the dry clutch. The wet clutch already there is a lubrication, cooling oil, so moisture is not a big problem in the wet clutch, but in dry clutch it is a big problem. So proper sealing is required in the dry clutch. Otherwise, the surface of the clutch plate will be wet and the torque transmitting capacity will be reduced. Then heat dissipation. The lubricating oil in wet and dry clutch difficult. So heat dissipation rate is faster in the wet clutch because of the lubricating oil. There is no lubricating oil, so it is difficult. Heat dissipation rate is difficult to manage, not at a faster rate. Then wear rate. The wear rate of wet clutch is less in comparison to the dry clutch. So more wear rate in the dry clutch because of the dry surface contacting. So if we see the wear rate, the wear rate in wet clutch is about 1% of the rate expected in dry clutches. So wear rate is only 1%, which you are expecting the in dry clutch. So only 1%. Suppose here 10 unit, so here will be only 1 unit. Then clutch engagement is smooth because of the cooling oil, and here the engagement of the clutch disengagement is rough because of the dryness. Then the surface area of the wet clutch is reduced because of the grooving is there for carrying oil, and dry clutch here is more. So now I will conclude my lecture. So in this lecture you have seen the working and design of the multi-plate clutch. So in the design of multi-disc clutch, it is required to determine the number of discs rather than number of pair of contacting surfaces. Based on the space requirement, the multi-plate clutch is more suitable where uh, space is small, less space. The torque transmitting capacity of multi-plate clutch is more in comparison to single plate clutch, and other comparison are discussed in the lecture based single plate and multi-plate and dry versus wet plate. So these are the questions for uh, the discussion. These are the numericals, and remaining numerical you will see in the assignment. So now we will study. I will read this numerical. A multi-disc clutch consists of 5 steel plate, 4 bronze plate, and transmit 10 kilowatt power. So 4 bronze plate, 5 steel plate. So 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 minus 1. 9 minus 1 is 8. So in this multi-disc there are 9 contacting surfaces, 9 pairs of surfaces. So transmit this much power at this speed. So the ratio of outer to inner diameter of the friction disc is 2. The coefficient of friction is 0.1 and the intensity of pressure on lining is limited. So assuming the uniform wear theory, calculate the inner and outer diameter of the friction disc. So you have to find the inner and outer diameter. You have to assume it is mentioned here uniform theory. Similarly, this question in this assume uniform wear theory. So I told you maximum time you have to consider the uniform wear theory until unless it is mentioned. If it is not given, then you assume the uniform wear theory, and examiner will give you sometime this assumption and sometime you have to assume. So in this problem again you have to calculate the inside diameter of the disc, then the required number of disc and the clamping force. Clamping force is the axial force. Clamping force is nothing but the axial force. Required number of disc, not asking the contact pairs. So an oil immersed multi-disc plus the molded F-stress on one side and steel disc on the other used. So you have to find the number of the steel plate and F-stress disc. The torque transmitting clutch is 75. The coefficient of friction between lining of steel and wet condition is this. The permissible intensity pressure of F-stress is this. The outer diameter of the friction is kept this. So assume uniform wear theory. So in these two problems you will see here the numbers are given but here number is not given. So you depending upon the numerical you have to assume the uniform pressure theory or uniform wear theory. These are the references from which this video lecture is prepared. Thank you very much for patience hearing. If you feel any difficulty in understanding the topic, you contact on my email ID, official email ID sudeepkumar.singh@galgotiauniversity.edu.in. Thank you again. Wish you happy learning. Thanks.